think that they're following is they can solve up. So it is millions of times more complicated because trying to keep it from all the bottom than it's on the area. So you have to like do it at an angle, so you could always just have it at the top and kind of drop. That's it. Sell to every first world country.
Yeah, I don't know. Grid like only has like two settings, like one in the middle would be helpful.
Well, the way that a lot of them are is you have y'all ready? Good. Has the little arms. The middle setting. The arms. The bottom one is up. The bottom one is drop. Down. That's good. Only come like say kid that I really.
I don't know what that's a month.
Oh.
Same.
Yeah. Ready?
All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone. This is the Village of Biscayne Park Planning and Design Review Board meeting for Monday, August 21st. It is now 6:34. Do the roll call. Edward Leyva. Here. Grun.
Here.
Gage Hartung. I'm here, as well as Raphael from the Building Department, and Scarlett is not here. Sent a letter, and that she has an emergency of some sort. But you did. I have a motion from Ed. David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Scarlett's excuse is approved. All right, I just want to make sure I have everyone here. We have Childress, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have Vitinsky, I believe that's back there. Eyebrow, hold on, Whalen Group, okay. And then these gentlemen over here are the new construction, right? Okay. Or 640, right? And then is it 640, 661? What's Whalen Group? Who's Whalen Group? Huh? Oh, you're in two? You have two?
Yeah.
Okay.
The driveway and.
Oh, it's Whalen, sorry.
Metal line.
Excuse me. Sometimes it doesn't click. Okay. All right. All right. Let's just, we'll go by order of the agenda. First up would be 5B, Old Business, 1040 Northeast 119th Street. Re-roofing shingles to shingles, Giovanni Childress. Did we table this the last time? You had to get the engineer letter. Do you have that now? Okay. 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 So it's a multi-dimensional. Okay, I mean, you haven't, it looks like you've already got like a brown color or something, or like a sand or something. Okay, well, they both look fine. I mean, I'll let the other board members look at it. Okay, so I have a an engineer's certificate, representative. So this was actually submitted prior to our latest code changes. So all we need is the letter. We, the second reading was on, yeah, just, yeah.
No waters there.
Well, you got in right underneath the, it doesn't preclude somebody from going for a shingle roof. It's just, it makes it, you have to, put more documentation, basically. So, they found that it was, very easy to get an engineer's letter somewhere in the world saying your roof would not be supported. So it just made it so that now you have to have a Florida certified engineer. They have to, there's more documentation involved. Yeah.
They actually, they have to quarters into place to have a floor.
Yeah, you
I
actually
think
have
they would have been fine in the new.
in the old or the new, yeah. But basically, we have an engineer's letter that certifies that the roof cannot support a tile roof. Correct? And that's what our code needs. And we have a nice letter from the homeowner. I'm gonna let you keep, we don't really need that, but it's nice that you wrote that.
Motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion carries. You're good. You're done. Thank you very much. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this was uploaded in the portal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and let you. Keep that. We have a copy of it. Okay. Oh, thank you. 5B, yes. And motion was approved. And that was David and Ed. Okay, next would be 5D, 637 Northeast 119th Street, revision to permit, new construction, Barbara Beninsky. Hello, do you have plans for us or? Okay, so let's go up there. I mean, they're here and they have the plans, so. Oh, we have do you have the original there too, showing what was before?
Okay.
I don't know if you might wanna pull up the old ones. I didn't bring the original ones. This is a revision to the other.
But I don't. See.
It's old 5D and I'm trying to find it here, 637.
Well, it was approved.
Yeah,
I'd say you don't, like, we don't. We need it in the portal for the original, for the one that's on the part that's changed.
I don't see it, I don't see it on here.
No.
You remember.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Or whatever we finally.
But can you look in the, into the,
Open portal.
Opal portal and look it up? It's not in the Dropbox.
We have the part that you're changing in clouds.
No, it's not in class. No. Basically.
No, what he's saying is on the drawing, he doesn't have indicated where the change is, but if you could find it in open portal.
It's one changed.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know it's, basically this house extended all the way over here. And it was a two-story back here. So what we did is we took it and we put it here.
Okay,
So we have more green space and all that. So that was basically they changed everything else, floor plans, everything remained.
so you actually made the footprint smaller.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so you went,
The
so you,
elevation, the same of this pop out is what
Yes,
this back.
yes.
so what did you go down to, or drum roll to, please, actually, to, it's over here now.
Exactly.
So this is it here.
Yes.
So what is your lot coverage going down to now? Because you were pretty much close to your lot
Exactly,
coverage now.
Exactly. Yes,
So the max was 5,100
yeah, and we went down, we were like right on point.
and now you're at
we're-
47.
Now we have some.
We don't have a height.
Right there. And
That's the lower.
right there.
That's the lower.
Overall height.
Yeah, because now there's a code in force for overall height.
So it's 612. What would that, come on, Mr. Architect, let's configure. I mean, it does not look like it's more than 8 feet between here and there.
It says same as the original, just.
So the single story is 28. Is that what?
Now it's, the overall height of the building is 28.
Okay.
Total max height is,
It's hard to tell, it's close, right? Because that's 5 foot.
yeah. But it is something that we've already approved, the second story in a different location of this house.
Yeah, I don't know what height. Like, is this the same height that we did before? I don't
They
remember.
have the original.
What we originally approved.
This is this.
was approved in May. So I don't know, like, you know, it's not one of those.
I don't see anything.
No, you have to, I mean, now you gotta be.
Oh,
No, we
I
have
see
to
what you're
move it, open it.
How the heck do you do this?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Hold on. I know you're
You
in.
have to get it- you have to get it back up.
One
Sorry.
thing that Also an issue is the ability to stand here and look directly into the neighbor's yard over their fences.
Is it not the same as we were looking at the neighbors yard from the back? They asked for-
Scroll, you can scroll this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us- let us- let us
Correct me
just-
if I'm
let us-
wrong, the
let us-
window that you added before, wasn't it above what the stairwell was going up? So it wasn't a way that you could look. Okay. All right, I'm just trying to remember without seeing.
Their way of like shrinking that, you hear, I mean, you're probably a little more technology guy than I am.
See, you're in.
Okay. Is that the right one? That's not the right, is sure that's the right address?
Yeah, 67.
But where's the second story at? Scroll all the way down to all the way to the bottom, the last drawing. Oop.
One that got approved had a.
20 feet. So the one that we approved was at 20 feet and this is at 20 feet. But it was in the rear, so let's,
20 feet to the eve.
This one doesn't have.
The ones you just printed out, or the ones from before?
No. When they have, but let's look it up.
Yeah, I think that's what they just.
what is that one? Is that a bedroom up there?
Yes.
Basically the same idea as the one before, but we just incorporated it into the house, so we have more yard. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, this isn't the most recent version. This wasn't. This, because there also, I believe, was a window here, and they were saying. that This isn't. Is that? This
Is that
isn't
the
the
one that-
final, this isn't the final one, because this. You're saying, oh yeah, there was a window there, but then also, I believe that we also had a window.
We changed that.
Yeah, that's not the most, that wasn't your approved. I think you have-
That's the most recent one that we have in it.
Because I know we changed the front and we changed the back.
Yeah, and the thing is, I just looked and I don't find it either, which makes me feel like they just brought in a hard copy. We didn't have a PDF for our hearing.
We talked about it.
Yes.
I mean, we uploaded the system, but I don't know if we had it in our. Dropbox.
Our Dropbox thing is, it's not the same.
It's not the same thing as the official building department.
I can find.
All right, so comments besides that would be, I think, it's just, can this window be reduced a little bit? Because the code now states, because we can't see what you had before. And, you know, we need to, the windows need to be designed in a way to obscure or to diminish, I think the word is diminish, actually.
Yeah.
The view into the neighbor's yard. So since this is now a second story and it's about halfway up the house, you're kind of overlooking your neighbor's house here, so can this be maybe just instead of an arch window, make it a little bit smaller? You know, is there
I'm listening. I just would prefer to see the drawings that we approved, but. Because I have what the May 1. Yeah, but it's that, the drawings in here don't have that window, so I'm not convinced that's the last set we saw. Yeah. The round window in the front. Oh, so it didn't. Okay, so there wasn't a round window. in the front. I don't know why I had that in my head.
No, what they did though, is they made this window bigger. So they wanted to have as big of a
What was it?
flat
Who was it?
space.
Oh, then maybe it was.
Oh,
That's like,
we don't have. The window thing. We have.
For today, we do, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we don't have.
Yeah, there were four that I uploaded today.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, it's not in the Dropbox. Nope. Okay, so this is one. Look at it, I don't wanna vote on it because. Yeah, and then they uploaded different drawings. What happens is that if you look at it, they hit a little button there, so it's approved by the planning board. And then after that, somebody submitted a plan that is not approved. And then they go. They can move to the bill. Very part of it. Did you guys get like an original, like the yellow paper and like permit and stuff like that from when it got approved before, or are you still dealing with like structure? Yeah, with like structural and engineering and all that.
Oh, no, they already got the permit. They already got the permit. No, we do have the building permit, PB dash 22-202. Because what we did is, because that was, this was on BSNA, with an old permit.
No,
It doesn't have it. But I have a building permit here. 37 North 19.
but like, have they, you guys didn't go in and pay, like, you guys didn't go in and pay for it? Yeah. Yeah. Here's the application. But does it have like what the permit fee was? Like, has it been billed out? That's what, yeah, that's.
No, the permit, yeah, the permit hasn't been issued.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're not getting the permit yet, right? It's not, our review on this, not really hold out approval of it. Well, I mean,
What is,
reviewer.
Rafael, what,
Looking at the main portion. So that's what they're. The one that the neighbor, the one that we made. One that we. That one was approved by the main portion.
no, but Rafael, those weren't the plans that we approved. The plans that we approved, she just emailed us a copy of.
So
The plans that. Yeah, the plans that are approved were not the ones that were, that were not the ones that were on the open. Portal. The open portal one was outdated by one version.
No. But what I understand is the drawing is put it on the call. It's not in the computer. So. No, this. He's drawing. And I think we would vote for it, but we just want to make sure that we.
I mean, what I would feel comfortable saying is as long as what is on that sheet is what, because that's what they're gonna do all the structural and MEPs off of that. So the window shrinking in height isn't gonna affect any of that part. So as long as that's the only thing that. Yeah.
What I decided, I just. We do have the latest. Whatever. But do wanna start the process of. Want to come down to what we started the fall. Well, I don't know if that, I know that it's. But I'm saying, you're committing to my August fifth, sixth, the date is saying the division of August sixth. So, you know, it's gonna be very difficult. Because that's what they came down to on the last, interview, with all the people with that stuff, you know, and. So this is that, yeah, I don't know, I'm used to just the cloud around this part, saying like, oh, yeah. This is how this thing. And that's why I was gonna say, for the, moving it there. All of the data needs to be like new data for us, so that way. When we go to the next one, we're very confident that the next one is what they could do. Let's hear. Yeah. We're all in agreement with that, but they submitted is one. All the previous stuff, and all the drawings being all over the place is not being politically. Many changes the plan that you see at the photo. Standing out. Well, the only reason we get a. I don't want to. But you don't have to use it on that. I'm not more. Well, no, I think that we have to say it, you don't have to wait anything, so. Where, like I say, from the scratch, yeah, because we have a lot of smaller. Yeah, all of them. About one how to do work for that. It's all been addressed. And updating set of lines, current thing, he's a big project. I mean, I have no problem making that. Take that back, as long as then you're gonna get some time off on them before the next meeting. Or are we just. But they are, before anything submitted or approved.
Well,
by our village.
What do they need?
So, an updated. Updated, that's what I'm about to say. So. And they. Second floor. Window. Unquote. And, new data. Or complete set of. Every page.
Have to have the same date.
And the new, yes, it can't be the May one. Has to be.
By the way, May 1, the May 1, 23 is dated 8/29/22, so.
And, I motion it.
Second.
As they advertise it.
Okay.
Sorry. We're gonna what? You won't get it. But not gonna get anything. Sell it on the dip and we basically are gonna lock it and sell it to you guys.
Well, we're gonna add it to the next agenda, but yeah.
5B, 5D. All right, next on the agenda is going to be new business 6A, 661 Northeast 120th Street, carport and two metal eyebrow awnings, Wayland Group. Hello, sir. Okay, so the carport's aluminum. And the size of it is. You have a 6'1" side setback and you have a 10-foot front setback, okay? And the size of it is 19 by. Is there another dimension there that I'm missing? It just needs to be 20, it's got to be 20 by 20, but basically. Okay. You tell me which drawing you're looking at, just. Yeah, I just have I have the drawings. I see your survey. I see your cross sections. I just need the dimension off the house. Oh. I'm just saying you have 19 4/3/8 here, but I don't have a dimension here. 20'1". Okay, so it's under the 20 by 20. Setbacks are good. Can you just submit that? You would submit that?
Motion to approve.
And it's the eyebrows also are on these are just
Oh,
on the,
sorry.
and they're just cantilevered off the rear, correct?
Their sub permit for eyebrow stuff? I mean, part of the design. I'm
I'm-
suggesting there's no need to come to us for that if it was part of the original design, but. Of the building.
I mean, I guess because it's all under the same vendor,
Yeah, it's all the same.
it's
aluminum.
combined it all together? Sorry, what?
I second David's motion to approve.
Okay, yeah, he has the engineer drawings from the. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion carries. All right. So 6A is approved, and then he also has discussion item 7A, 640 Northeast 121st Street, new construction, first preliminary review. This is, okay. So you have a. Yeah. Your carport's basically 19 feet wide roughly, is that what you said? Yeah. So you're looking to come all the way out to the street at 19 feet, correct? Yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, so I mean, it's an interesting, I think. The case is definitely they're made to be, he needs to have an approach. To his property, and the approach is gonna be the same width as the driveway. He's in a house that technically does not really have. An easement in the front. It has a little 4-foot walking easement roughly. Yeah,
Sorry, I missed the beginning of this conversation.
so here, you don't have this, do you? Okay, so pass it down. Well, he just handed me this.
This is not related to the carport anymore. Another topic.
Oh, so there's an approach he needs to install. So he's asking us a question on whether or not what our advice is on that, basically. Oh, It is, oh, it's under Dropbox, under discussion. What, do you have a material that you're thinking or?
Way that is what our report is, or does he need to like narrow it?
It's not, it's nothing to do with impervious or pervious. It has to do with, lot coverage. So 40% lot coverage for.
This is the 40%,
But
40% issue.
it's a 40% issue because it's so small.
No, but that's the topic here. that
Yes.
he-
But he wants to do,
comply with the 40% criteria because he has no, yeah, in the swale, because he has no swale to speak of.
yeah, no swale, and he wants to do gravel. I think that's something that we, as a board, can just say, okay,
Yeah.
we understand the situation. You make your application.
He's already gone to the variance once, so I'm not doing it again for the approach.
Yeah.
So.
Make your application.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you'd like to have that drawing back, you can have that. Oh. Okay, cool.
All right.
So he's gonna apply. I don't know what I'm doing. There's nothing he's not applying for. So basically, he needs to apply for the gravel driveway that he would like to have, and we're gonna consider it. Okay. All right, good evening, gentlemen. 7B, 661 Northeast, 120th Street, new driveway. No, that's driveway. We just did that. Discussion, 640 Northeast 121st Street. New construction, first preliminary.
Have you bought that log cabin from them yet, or what's?
We've never connected. I haven't, he didn't cash my check, you know?
Yeah.
All
It sounds like we're just gonna keep them in the review process. Oh, it does.
right, so this is first preliminary, but I don't think, the last time that we saw something, you just had that same house that you were doing in two other places, right? There was nothing else. So you have a nice surprise for us, right?
No, they don't. They have the same house again. But really, you guys are coming back with the same fucking house again. I mean, I'm looking at it here. It's in front of me. I mean, unless that's different.
Test.
You.
Yeah, I've uploaded a week ago, maybe.
But this is,
I don't know.
here is, the house you already. Yeah, that's about.
No, that's a mistake. Yeah, I see why you guys. No, so look, briefly, all right. So
Not this.
considering the scale, rather than do the 30, we've got 30, we got 43.6 to the portico, but it's really 59 till you get to the actual garage. So it's pushed back.
What do you mean portico?
The little entrance.
There. Oh, okay.
This is just a little formal
Got it.
entry. But the actual structure sits way back here, 'cause since it's a big house, we don't want to tower over the neighbors, so we went as back, because this, we're lucky to have gotten this lot. It is an enormous, it's very deep,
How big is the lot?
16.5. But it's still.
No, I mean, no, how far deep? I'm sorry,
It's
this adding it all up here.
20
So it's a
something.
really big house.
Yeah, so we went as back as we could, so that it's hidden, right?
Okay,
And then we did this, we tried to go more with what the village design, and these guys are the gentlemen at work here. So you have parapet features, you've got arches, and different, and then I know the side is an issue, so we actually put a lot of work into that too. So this is the back.
beautiful. I mean, it's a unique house.
Little parapet details here.
Stepped it up in the
Black
middle.
green.
Okay.
I think
This
we're
is
now-
this is west, that's east, I believe, right? Okay. All right.
You see, so. We got the clear story windows, we made an insert, we changed the texture, we give you the privacy wall from the balcony in the back. Rather than make it, put a wall up there, little opening just for light, but
That's 6 feet.
parapets, so their neighbors see something pretty.
Yeah, it's just a break, because initially it was a big white monotonous wall,
Mhm.
so we pushed this back a little bit. It's 8 inches. Especially the block. Push it back a little bit, but I think it adds some movement to the side.
What is this room in here?
This is,
Master suite.
this is master,
Okay,
that's the bedroom in the front, let's see, we broke it up with lines, this is it's gonna be likely remind me the name of this texture, what do we call it?
That's lime plaster. It's got a color wash on it.
Yeah, that's-
We're making subtle changes to materiality. This is gonna be stucco with white paint,
Mhm.
and then the lime wash is gonna be
And what's,
a little more.
what's the front arching situation? What
It's gonna be stucco, and then this inserted elliptical arch is gonna be the lime plastic.
And all the inserts here, and the inserts you see in the back here too, it's all the same, these inserts,
isn't this neighbor and house that we were just talking about? The cul-de-sac behind him?
He's behind, he's like adjacent.
He's like,
to us,
so
yeah.
like,
Should've shown it.
so kind of like these windows are kind of overlooking, or where they were just at. These windows are kind of looking towards here.
Yeah.
Are looking
This-
towards,
oh,
no,
yeah.
over there. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so
He's
he's
over
over here, yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be my first comment would just be these windows, just the height of them, looking at the neighbors. But I love what you're doing in design.
If you cross it, facing it's also like,
Or-
guess the new language says that it's. it needs to
Diminished.
be Eventually diminished.
Or like,
This is
or
the-
or
this is the
do,
Master bedroom.
or do
Yeah.
like, you know, that
Yeah.
screen detail or something just to kind of. The word is diminish the view into your adjacent property. Diminish the view.
New zoning code to the facts.
Yeah.
A lot of issues dealing with, developments, and one of them is like windows facing your side yards. The clear stories or design your way diminished view or facing.
I'm cool with this.
Like that,
Yeah.
egress issues and things like that, right? And those are your egress. And that's the thing, I think we're okay with egress, because we've got. Sliders on terrace in the front, terrace in the back. I almost feel like maybe we should swap the language of the windows, like maybe these taller windows go on the bottom and some of these. Yeah. The
thing is,
personal window delineation.
Yeah.
No,
I rather frost, yeah.
Cause you want.
You want light, but you don't want, those little overhead windows, you can't put a window.
Yeah,
there.
they're not.
So you
yeah.
can't black them out.
So so this. It's the little niche.
Yeah, that's that recess.
Yeah.
I think we're missing.
So they're like nightstand windows. I mean, sure, I have no problem frosting them.
Well-
I can it's illumination more than, we don't care, there's no view. It's just
Yeah.
Illumination.
That's why clear stories on headboard windows are always great, you know.
Yeah.
Headboard walls are always great because then, you know, you're not really looking out and. It's more of a, but the new code also talks about the second story being set back 5 feet. So the new code says, huh?
I know it's simple as that, but more to how much needs to be and.
Well, the code says the new code says you have to, the second story, you can't exceed 30 feet at the setback. If not, it has to be set back 5 feet,
Say again.
30 feet in height.
30 feet in length. So like, what is this dimension here? And what is this dimension here? So it might be that this has to come. But I know that's your wall below.
Second floor on the side. property line. The second level, 30 linear feet. Once you exceed 30 feet, let it set back minimum 5 feet.
So if it's this one here, that's this side. Yeah. So basically I'm 78 feet roughly.
Well,
And-
there's an insert here that,
That insert needs to be,
Yeah, but that is eight inches is it doesn't get it done.
No, it's only 5
And
feet on the second.
second floor only.
That didn't jump out at us because you're probably the first project since that code got enacted that developers have to get through. So, we're taking the time to remind ourselves what the new regulations are, but.
I think,
we
So,
can't do that.
so
We can't do those 5 feet. We need to
Yeah, we can't do that.
hook up all the bathrooms and stuff.
I mean, look, this is a 4-foot walkway. If we were to push this over and then bring this
You know, it's gonna encroach on your double deck space, it's not impossible to do. And it sounds like it's a code.
Yeah.
Move the CMU wall, bring this back, and put forward, you know, and then this actually might be.
You're trying to push these walls?
No.
Oh,
you're trying to get,
Yeah, which is
and that's
actually something
assuming that this doesn't exceed
Yeah,
30.
exactly.
And then, but also this could be, this could be pushed down a little bit.
but and the balcony, the balcony, the open air space isn't counted in 30, correct?
No, it's part of the wall.
Okay, so.
We could also widen this as needed. Right? No, because then this needs to come up 5 feet.
Thing is, if we don't make this, well, again, what do you count as continuous? Would this be considered continuous, like something that's not recessed by?
Well, well, no, it's not, it's not, it's
Maximum of 30 foot
it's
of
not
building,
continuous.
property, everything else is fine.
and it's not continuous. It could be 15 here and 15 there. The maximum is 30 feet.
Can I just, this is the thought that I was gonna say. So you guys are 13.7 on this side, right?
Mhm.
To the setback, right?
Building over.
And here
Yeah.
you're 10, right? But what's this space?
No, we're like-
You're right at 10?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how much of a pain in the ass it is, but if you basically.
No,
we are 10 on
No, no, we're 10 here. They're 10 here.
Oh, okay, so, oh, that
that's-
13.
They're 10 it's in here.
Yeah.
Express themselves directly here, and we were all for it. And then that, turned out not to play out the way that they wanted it. They wanted to put it, different than probably something that. That, like, but I don't think we really. Yeah, we put the Uber and put it on our mobile phone too. I think that was on the, that was like, it sounded like that was peaceful when he first played it. So we talked to some guy, he said it would cost us some amount of money, transport it, and very few things. Oh, that's the wires. We got some of them a number, I think the next meeting, no, I didn't put it, that, okay, I guess convention to that. Do you guys have ideas? I mean, if you have an idea, let's put it in the, Twitter. I think it's gone beyond the, I mean, the conversation you might have had with the company. And maybe even the manager might have said something, that's what I do. And one of my, people I reached out to, the whole quarter, I reached out to them, to ask them, what can you do about this happening? Because you guys, you know, everybody seems to be what happened here. A lot of things we want to see over. I would rather see community come together, try and salvage something, but I also, you're the owner, it's your property, you have the right to walk to it. So I don't wanna start something with the community. Better we can say, that's fine, but it's not the reason for the building to try and maybe save the aluminum. I think this is the reason why we cut that way. But it basically, look, for me to take the cabin off in the wall tree, without, you know, and you're off to do it, because the conversations you had. So I'll tell you, the community as a whole has no idea what this is. And the community finds out that one of the laws happened, the city years in 1920 something, it's gonna be bulldozed for another enhancement. They're gonna, and I think that there would be a lot. So, but I didn't want to start something you are, you're about, you have property rights. No, we're open to, do that, and you want to say it, you can talk to it, but I think that. So, we want to do that. How do we do that? How do we do it? We start the property from the one, and then we do the quiet, we can go, and we go to 100 days. It's not much, it's saying that. Well, it's an inspection, so it's drive off. And I think I want to
There you go.
It has not, I don't know if it's been uploaded yet. I mean, it just literally happened 2 weeks ago. But you could actually go to, you could go to the ordinance. You could go on the village calendar, click on regular commission meeting on August 8th, whatever it was. Click on it, look down, it actually has a PDF of the draft ordinance, click on it, and that is the ordinance that was passed. There were a few little tweaks, but nothing what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's like all of the height sections, that's all.
It hasn't been.
2 weeks ago, I thought I was saying that vacation has went on in 2 weeks. Because we've been having those conversations for 2 years, where we set it up with commission, they come back. Oh, we just thought, I thought. So.
All right, thank you, guys. And, you have your number, so, I'm gonna talk, I didn't want to say anything, anybody, so I talked. So basically, the conversation we just had is what I was calling you. Okay. Was to say, you know, what are you comfortable with us doing, trying to save a lot of time?
Crowdsourcing.
Didn't you have a proposal that you said from someone to relocate it was like 65K, something like that? I know.
Bet you do.
So just, so that's,
Question of time when they get it
Yeah.
worked out fast. Yeah.
so guys, this was, considered first review. So we will put it on, when you are ready to come back, you'll put it on for second review. And if you make the changes that we talk about, it could be that we move it to the agenda right after second review. But, so the cutoff for the next meeting would be September. So if you can have your changes back by next Monday, you can put it on the agenda for second review. Yeah. Hold on. No, it's 2 no, it's 2 Mondays because we're the Monday after Labor Day is our next meeting, so.
And just like a real quick notes on what we need is just the second floor windows, the setback thing figured out. I didn't see like a tree survey. Yeah, but there. Yeah. Some people even like, sometimes the drawing even has like a little like slash in it that says, oh, this is frosted, but. And then there, I didn't see like we didn't look, but I didn't see like a tree schedule and we didn't run through like the exact box of all of the percent of lot and everything. But that's because it's a really big lot and.
You gotta make sure you're not going over your 50% maximum lot coverage.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to see how to go through and make sure that the math is right before.
And there is a tree survey that's gonna be needed to be done and mark what trees are being kept, what aren't being removed. How you're planning on replacing them. Art,
The county needs that for approving. and-
it is now part of our code, so we do have to look at it, but so. We were gonna ask for it prior to the.
Yeah,
our-
final approval, but if you want to come back for a second preliminary review, we're not gonna say, oh, we won't look at it with a tree survey. Just before you get the final vote, you'd need to.
Like if you want to have the plan so that when we look at the second time, like, all right, cool, move it to pass for the third one and speed it up by 2 weeks, then what we're saying is basically have everything for the next go around so that we can approve it. The last one where we say, oh, yeah, this is good, no changes are needed. That's fine. If you bring it to the meeting, then we still have to go another one anyways, yeah. Yeah, and like
Or not, or, yeah.
What are the sizes of them, because
type of tree it is. Yeah. Yeah, because that's,
Not for what's existing, and then if you're removing any trees, so we know.
Yeah, so Labor Day is on the fourth, which is 2 weeks from today. So the cutoff for the following Monday, which would be the 11th, which is our next meeting, is the meeting, but our cutoff would be the Friday before Labor Day, which is the first. The cutoff to submit it to get on the agenda. The 11th. First is the cutoff for the agenda, 11th is the actual meeting. It'll be second review. Looks really.
He wasn't happy initially, but I
A little
think
Moorish.
a little better a little later.
My bad. Apologize. Jumping to conclusions.
I think that's the first time a board member has said that. Yes, that's the first time that a board member said the F word on the mic. Yeah.
Where, can I ask where you're at with 114th Street? Where? Yeah.
What about Durham with the county?
Didn't 114th and those, didn't they have the trees on those plans? I'm pretty sure we would have asked for those. But you had. Okay. Yeah.
119 is the one that was built down.
Okay.
Whatever you need, we send it to you. I got 119 ready. I got all. I should have the updated solution plan this week for that.
Well, I think you already passed us. We're done. You're done with us on that.
We had changes. From here.
Wow.
That were potentially Durham. Because we had a rush to get into the other before and the deadline. I'm not sure how that plays out. Like, at what point do I go back to them? I wait to go through here and then go to.
What's the address of 114? It's 10 something, 1008,
Changes.
1008 Northeast 114th Street.
Yeah.
114.
Yeah, but changes that would affect plumbing and. I mean, if it's architectural changes, I would not even never go back.
Durham only care if you're like adding more bathrooms.
That's what I'm saying. So if it doesn't affect plumbing.
Yeah.
Again, in my opinion, unless the building department asked you for an updated approval for Durham, I would never go back to Durham again if you have it. I mean, they're not inspecting anything. You just need to have the approval to get to the building department here, but. Then revise my plans there.
The beg for forgiveness versus ask for permission.
All right, good. Thank you, gentlemen.
And you guys know that on the 108, there's a bunch of comments from the.
Well, there's only one that.
You know
Oh,
which
well,
one? Building, structural, mechanical and roofing.
Roofing I'm being worked on, mechanical is uploaded.
Do you know when?
Yeah, it was uploaded this past week. Mechanical is uploaded, yeah, mechanical, it hasn't been approved in either project yet, but it's gonna be changed to upload. And I put comments there saying, hey, guys, check it, it's been uploaded. This last time I put it, I uploaded and it's not, I had, like 2 weeks went by and I looked at it.
Yeah, I know, that's why.
Building, I'm waiting for the disposition plan and then I'll upload that so they get the retreat, I don't want to disapprove everything from stuff. Yeah, there you go.
the only, that's the latest update.
And then for both properties, 119 and 150.
Same
Structural,
What's the other?
that was 1065 and it was 119. There I uploaded mechanical and structural. I'm missing structural for 108. To get that tomorrow. What's that?
Okay. I'm gonna-
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good one.
Yep.
Hi, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's get back to our agenda.
Raphael, okay, take care. Are the minutes in the Dropbox? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thanks, gentlemen.
the like third from the bottom one. or
You
what?
do a refresh?
Well, I downloaded what was on Dropbox thing.
Oh, no, do a,
Here, you want,
It's fine. I'll go to the link again. I downloaded it.
obviously I wasn't here for the minutes or for that meeting. The only thing that is interesting is when you pull it up, it says approval of minutes for August.
Yeah, that's, there's something,
23, which it should have say
July
probably the date
24th.
of the one before that.
July 24th is, so that was the first thing, yeah. 890.
I read all of these just
Rio
so that I would
denied.
get caught up.
Rio approved, Rio denied, Rio approved, Rio approved, Rio tabled. New permits, Rio approved, Rio approved, Rio approved. Rio approved, Rio approved,
So,
and then the.
No.
Okay.
Her
So-
plan-
the only day.
It's the July 24th, so it's the minutes of July 24th, 2023.
Oh, yeah, they got added at 7:30 PM.
Yeah.
Slipping in at the end.
Yeah, I felt like I was getting yelled at when you started yelling at them because I was standing next to them. I was like, oh
Oh,
no,
yes.
what did I do wrong?
So a motion, I think everything else looks good except for the minutes are July 24th, 2023.
The amended date of the previous approval of minutes.
Second,
All in favor, say aye, aye. Okay, motion, the minutes are approved. All right, next will be old business 5A 11370 Northeast 8th Avenue, new pool.
You know why it's so busy?
Let's see.
Well, August 10th.
missing lot calculations of less than 50% is noted at the planning and design review board meeting Monday, May 1st, 2023.
This is the one that we denied because there was no clear, there is no clear dimension on the pool. If you look at page A-102,
Yeah, yeah.
it shows the pool, but there's no dimension to the side
yes.
property line.
So what they wrote is refer to sheet A100 for revised table showing calculations less than 50% for the planning and design review board meeting on Monday, May 1st. But the question is did they put the dimensions for this?
Where do you read that?
There's like a
On-
narrative that was submitted on page 9 of 14 in the PDF.
I was reading the parts in red. But then the issue is the A100.
What's the first comment about? NOAs for doors and windows? Is they're responding to a different permit application that had comments from the building department?
Well, the weird thing is
But that wasn't our only concern.
uh, Well, yeah, their first pages say like new swimming pool to be designed by others, so I think they were like combining stuff, so.
I'm at tabled. 12.23. New updates.
I love it when they're like. They get the setbacks wrong. Where in the hell did they get 25 feet and 7 feet setbacks?
Now where are you?
I'm looking at this page after the page, the narrative. The page directly after it, they have red in red. It
Yeah.
changes. So if you look at the site and zoning data, it says minimum front setback 25 feet. Minimum interior side setback 7 foot.
Well, the issue too is that that doesn't have a pool on it at all, so that's not helpful for what it is that we're doing. And there's no other A100.
I think you're looking at the previous. What I did is I went to.
Yeah, but there,
After this.
Delayed.
Okay,
but
so
there's two A100s and one, and neither of the A100s have the pool on them.
they do. If you go down to page number, so if you look underneath the red, there's a note that Raphael put permit tabled 612. New updates 726, SP1, SP2, and SP3. So the next page
Yeah, but those still.
actually shows a 10-foot side setback on the swimming pool.
That's fine, but it doesn't have the dimensions of the swimming pool, which is why we tabled it.
I think the thing was, is if you look at the drawings above, it did not show the side setback of the pool.
Yeah.
There's no dimension of the pool and how in relation to the side setback. So now they're declaring that it's a 10-foot side setback, which is what I think we were looking for. So it's 10 and 50 from the rear. So the size of the pool, I mean, as long as they're under their 50%, they could have, or their, 50% lot coverage, 30,
Which that they did.
they could have a huge pool if they want.
Okay, yeah.
New lot surface coverage with the pool.
Is 33.3%.
So they're showing a 10-foot side setback on the
Okay.
pool.
So motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. It was Ed, David and Ed. Motion carries.
Definitely required.
What
Yeah, I like
What
this.
I
idea.
don't understand is when, like, an application like that has the old plans and the new plans, the old plans should have a huge ass void on them, like, they should automatically be voided some way digitally. Yeah, because that's what happens, people submit 4 iterations of plans, they don't date them. We approve the latest, but they're all the same date, and then nothing says voided, so then you go to the building department, well, what's the real drawing that got approved, right? So previous submissions need to be voided.
Needs to be somehow like
Yeah.
buzzed out or something so that it's,
Yeah,
There's-
there's a huge watermark void. Yeah,
can I see the minutes with? So my question actually is the resident that we had the issue with, what's their name again? Corcho? Yeah. So do they have a fence permit? Because they asked a lot of questions about the fence. Like they were asking us the last meeting, they're like, yeah, where can we put the fence?
yeah,
Where
they're
we can
still
do it?"
trying to figure out what the rule is.
Where the,
Forward, back,
well,
forward.
the fence is built. It literally is built. I drove up past it on the way home today. I'm like,
White one, you said white.
yeah,
That's what I told you.
I mean,
Okay, so there is.
they specifically came in here last time because they built stuff without a permit and then they turned around and built the fence without a permit.
Something tells me they probably have a permit,
Well, that's why I'm asking, having him to look.
Yeah.
Is there a fence
but
permit?
it's probably a different fence layout. And then they asked us, what are they allowed to do? And built it.
They're probably building that pergola right now, as far as all we know. Behind that. fence.
You want me to bring my boat down? I could take my kid on a little boat and go down and see what's happening.
Well, no, they're over by the park.
I mean, I could put my boat in the back.
You can put it in, you can get your,
Even my drone.
I was about to say, you probably have a drone. One of you guys probably have a drone.
I have a drone. Don't tell the FAA.
License for drone?
A lot of them. Like mine can go, yeah, mine is too, but since it can go 1,000 feet,
Can you show me what it is?
I was like, all right, let's just pretend it only goes 990 feet. They did that, you know, who did that is, real estate guy. Is like the guys that like to do the professional shit, and we're getting super tired of all of like everybody else like half-assing and hire their friends to do all the drone photos, so they're like, oh yeah. Any drone goes, and which is like every drone.
So they have one or they don't have one?
You're saying that there's a permit that was approved last June?
Yeah, I'm telling you, they got a permit from us, probably showing straight back of a fence. But now they want to do something different, but they have a permit. They asked us here, what is it we're allowed to do exactly? Okay, thanks. And
Well, it's on the new drawings that we denied, but they haven't.
so if there's a fence permit, can you pull up the fence permit?
Pulling it up right now. It's the little thinking bars going across.
Thinking about it, did you mean like buffering?
The little blue thing that goes across.
Yeah, buffering. I've never heard thinking bar. No, I'm gonna use that for the rest of my life is.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. They have I told you, they have a permit. It's not what they built. But they have a permit, what? It's straight back from the corner.
It's from the front corner of the house,
Yeah.
straight across.
Exactly. I'm telling you,
Now it's 15 feet out.
yeah, I'm telling you, now in retrospect, I can tell what they were getting at. Like they had a permit, they were about to build it. We're gonna build it. We want to make sure we know what we're allowed to do.
Okay, so here's my question. Scroll down, I'm gonna make sure before, scroll the other one. The other one. Yeah, it's all, everything is from the front corner of the house across. So my question is do we not, do you not get
inspects?
post holes? Who's inspecting?
Yeah,
this?
exactly.
Why is this? That's what was approved and what's built over there is not in that location.
But the fence permit, has it gotten closed out? Because if it hasn't gotten.
No,
closed
but,
out,
but to Gage's point, there should be an inspection for the post
Post
holes. So you would catch it right then saying, eh, you know,
Went through one.
I imagine guys that are like, oh, it's just a post hole thing, they're not gonna look at it.
Or what?
Or post.
I mean, I can tell you going through big renovation.
That's what it said.
So post,
We
hole-
passed
they pass post hole inspection.
That's it.
Now, I bet you they probably call for inspections on the back rear post holes or something like that.
Well, no, I mean, I imagine the post hole guy's like, oh, it's just a post hole, and he doesn't look at the.
But here's this is what it's gonna happen tomorrow is I'm gonna question Pedro. Isn't Pedro in charge of all these inspectors?
So we're getting another,
So why are these inspectors improving something that is not approved? In the approved location?
The only thing I can think. At least on the front of the stand. So. if you look at what they turn in, something, well,
So what's the date again? When were they approved last year?
last year. Like 22.
So 7/20, so it's 7/25, we approved, 2022, we approved the plans.
Then, the 31st, we have the first inspection.
Of 2023.
Then.
There's no other approved drawings.
Then they submitted this fence sketch. That's like 12.
It hasn't, but is it marked approved by the planning board? So this is what they turned in on the 12th, but we didn't approve that. So they built something to that, which they submitted on the 12th, 7/12/2023, new submission, but not approved, not P and Z approved.
Okay, so this is what the inspector will figure out.
That's not what we built. new PVC, that's not the location of the effect. So here's another example of an old drawing with new updates on it. But it has a stamp on it. The issue is the fence, where they're asking for the fence is actually legal. It's just a matter of doing what's right, and doing it in the right order and the. Yeah, I will, but it's just another example. I mean. How? I mean, it's almost like everything that. Anytime they submit something, the village needs to put a date on it and stamp it the village date. What they're doing is they're submitting drawings with last year's dates on it, but they're just submitting it last month. I tell you, the old way when we had paper, it worked. We never had all this problem because we had actual paper. So anyway, all right, so we approved that. So the next is gonna be 5C, 750 Northeast 116th Street, new construction. Okay.
So these guys were discussion item before, and you guys moved them into a voting agenda.
Yes. So.
Will the attorney?
Lots of cloud stuff.
Uh-huh. So the question is, the code has changed since this.
That's what I was just looking at. I was like, oh shit, their max height is under 28 feet.
In theory, the plans were submitted
Okay.
prior to the change.
Were last year. Remember this plan
Yeah,
was
I mean-
submitted.
to me, they're under the wire.
Okay.
Debatably, some other people.
She was so pleasant to us. That would be,
Oh, no,
it would be so nice to actually go back and say,
I mean.
you know, she was such a lovely.
Well, I don't know.
person.
I don't know the regulation, right? Like, I'm not the village attorney. Is it when they submitted it or but it's not approved, so now they're subject to the current rules?
Well, one question that I have is, was it ever a voting item before, or was it always discussion item?
It was always a discussion item.
I would say
I-
maybe what we do is defer to the.
I think we should just go ahead and move this forward. It was something that it was in good faith.
Motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Okay,
Right under the wire.
it is the wire.
All right, so can we get some kind of stamp to stamp that said that that's approved?
No, I'll make it.
So that there's no changes?
Itch, I'm gonna bring my printer in here and I'll print out a page so that you can handle things so that you feel like you advance the wheels.
Well, it's just you can't argue with the signature, you know?
Oh,
There's something to be said about
System-
stamp and a signature.
System has flaws that need to be addressed, no question.
I'm curious to know, like, everyone else does it. How are other municipalities and cities and all that doing it that,
They go through their.
Growing pains?
Too, but.
but you would think that whoever we bought this system from would actually already
work
have
that
it,
stuff out.
Yeah,
already had it.
it's a checkbox of like, oh, here, upload your logo.
Yeah,
Oh, no, it's very, kind of very friendly.
Wait, the government bought software?
I tell you, when I pulled the permit for my pergola, I had to call Raphael because I couldn't figure out how to use the system. And once I realized what it was pretty straightforward, and I was like, oh, I should have known that, but it took a moment.
You remember when I applied for my Tesla charger?
Yeah.
That, yeah, that's. I've still screwed that up.
all right, so that motion was approved. Okay, new business 6B, 821 Northeast 117th Street, replace and install one door Michael Gellerum.
Door that we don't care about it matching, right? The white standard entry pre-hung. Hurricane.
Change out one exterior door, no size change. Okay.
Motion to approve.
All fair say aye, aye. There's David and then Ed. Motion carried. Next, 6C, 893 Northeast 109th Street, re-roofing metal and flat roof, mansard, brown, Village of Biscayne Park. Okay. So this is like the little shed or something, isn't it? You have this for me to sign, 821 Northeast 117th Street? No, I just signed this one, 821 Northeast 117th Street, replace and install one door. Okay, so but now we're looking at 6C.
They don't have Edwards overhangs. Yeah, Village of Biscayne Park, it's just insulting you to your face. They said it in cursive. Do we know about the overhangs of this building? That's the only thing that's missing. They have the colors. In it.
It's a 4'12". It says roof slope 4'12".
Oh, but I'm talking about the Edwards overhangs.
No, I know, I'm saying, but it has they're declaring a 4'12" pitch, so it needs to have, what is that? 4'12" would be 18 or 12 inches? But they have to have that form to testify that. Is there any photographs of this thing? I'm scrolling all the way to the bottom.
I'm sorry, what building is this?
I think it's there's a little workshop shed inside the public works yard. It's brown.
Let's recheck it and I'll drive over and tell them back.
So just to, it has to have a minimum of 12 inches. So we want to pass it based on, they have to submit that drawing, testing that, or do we table it? Do we want to table it? Technically, that's what we would do with anybody else.
Yeah. Motion to table.
Motion to table for appropriate documentation.
Yeah, exactly.
Complete. Especially if they insult
There's
them.
that form,
Yeah,
that,
form. I
the
did
form,
ask him to
this one
read
here.
that. Yeah, no, I asked.
We need this form, and it has to have a minimum of 12 and 6.
Oh, I see that.
12 and 6. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. I think that was Ed and then David. 3-0 table. Next 6D, 967 Northeast 117th Street, Pool PRBP2 LLC. Okay. So this is, I think, the new construction, isn't it? Yeah, this is the new house that's on the corner. This is for the pool in the back. It has a 10-foot rear setback, 31 from the other side setback, and then the lot coverage is. They have that form. So. Yeah, site computation, 7 footprint.
I don't see it.
Hold on a second. You look at sheet number 1 of, there's a pool design. It shows the pool and deck at 1,073.36 square feet. Pool equipment 46.74 square feet. Total 7,406.95 square feet. The lot is 14,956.
But so that takes up.
They're right up to their 50%.
50.48%. Right?
Uh,
14,000, I didn't download this, so
The
it's.
green area is 7,479.03.
then above it, it says total impervious 7,406. So what is the 7,551 number?
So that's what's provided. They're subtracting out the two. So what's required to be at 50% is 7,479. They're at 7,406, so they're giving us 7,551 or 7,550. So they're just under,
Yeah,
so
They're-
motion to approve.
favor say aye, aye. Yeah, motion carries. Or approved. Okay,
What is tree root fencing?
next, 1030 Northeast on 21st Street, double TT LLC driveway. What is that referring to, David? I'm sorry.
It said there, like, anytime that you're, for like tree removal stuff, if it's city owned, then you have to do tree root fencing, but I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's like the orange mesh that you see around trees to protect the root zone.
I thought it was like something they drove underground.
To stop people from driving over the roots. Okay, so my concern is it does say new approach, but it doesn't really say what the approach is.
You mean like materiality?
Yeah, I mean, they have a nice little hatching on the driveway, concrete driveway. But what is the approach?
Well, on the detail A2, it says concrete approach. I don't know what sidewalk they're providing, but
Is this like a generic detail? What is that driveway section? Why is the driveway 1 foot 8 inches above the ground? Look at that detail.
yeah, no, I see. I don't know what's going on there.
They have like a footer on this driveway.
I don't know if this is existing house or new construction or. Because there is a retaining wall, it does ramp up. I don't know if because the like the garage.
Is this that new house that was put in?
Yeah, I don't know, new or existing. Says
New
proposed.
8-inch retaining wall, C section.
So it says proposed one-story residence, so it's new construction. So I don't know if they just elevated the garage floor versus the exterior grade, so they actually ramp up into the garage.
130 Northeast 120. On Google Maps, the house is under construction. Yeah. By Reyes.
I mean, it does say in the detail, the cross section, concrete approach.
So the halfway built house on Google Maps has like stairs like going up to the
I
front
think-
door. You can't see because of a dumpster. You can't see the garage elevation, but I'm assuming that it's sloping
Yeah,
that down to the street.
I think this is the old commissioner's lot house, Samaria's house. They built and they're building the new house.
So.
I mean, as long as it's, I don't know. I'm just,
I'm just saying the Google Street picture is from when it was.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the approved design to see if there's like a ramped garage, but. The little renderings they did don't show that, but.
The garage is at 9.41. That's FE. And the street. Doesn't say, but. 7.75 at the property line. So it goes from 7.75 to 9.41. So they're making up a foot or so.
Definitely not like what that rendering shows. when we approved it, but
They're basically going up a foot and a half from the property line up to the garage floor. I mean, as long as there's a,
For us is do we want to see a retaining wall or do we want them to berm the grass and? Like anyone else would that had a driveway that was sloped up. I mean, they're showing planting on either side to kind of hide that, I guess.
I mean, it's at the same height as the driveway, so is it technically part of the driveway? It's just, it has a kind of a side. Remember the lady on 119th that built that has that really ramped up and she built like a fence on it?
Yeah, I remember that application.
But that was, she had like a drop off of like 2 feet or something like that. This is literally a foot. I'm okay with it,
8, it says.
Huh?
Section, 1'8" in the section.
but that's at the house.
Yeah, it's at the high point of the ramp.
Yeah, the low point, it's probably at grade. As long as the drive, my concern is,
So at the very front, at one edge, it says elevation 9.41 feet. And at the other end of the driveway, it says elevation 7.75. And it says slope down, like with an arrow.
yeah, towards the street. My main thing is that the approach is concrete, just like the driveway. And then I'm good with it.
Or that section seems to suggest, yeah.
Right. I mean, the fact of the matter is they wouldn't close the permit out if they mixed it, right? You assume, so, motion to.
Have you been in this room all night or?
Yeah, motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Yeah,
60.
16.
Okay, the first ever concrete, brick and gravel three-way. They call it the Neapolitan, where you switch styles 3 times.
All right, next will be 6F 11619 Northeast 6th Avenue, install 5 windows and 5 doors, color frame, white, bronze, okay. Single hung, is there a schedule? Somewhere, please? Well, is there a schedule? I mean,
I'm almost at the.
there's like so many pages and can we just have a schedule?
The last page.
The last page is a schedule, but they don't indicate, they don't have a plan.
And the schedule doesn't tell me what's what
103 pages, and it's the last one.
Yeah, but they see, it just says product approval numbers and it doesn't say what they are and it doesn't say what color they are.
Where they're going.
Spend an hour and a half in this package.
Well, well, there's also no, I went through every page, there's no floor plan with the numbers. So motion to table,
Yeah,
to table pending, floor plan with schedule of windows, or number of windows, and then on the schedule of windows, they need to indicate what window type each window is. And they also need to clearly indicate what color
I thought it said
on the schedule.
white,
There was,
color frame, white and bronze.
yeah, but there's difference in the different pages as I was flying through, there was different colors.
Alright.
and different.
So we just need a window schedule with color.
and type of window. Cause right now having just the product number doesn't help us.
Okay, that was a motion.
Second.
All right, so we're tabling it, right?
Yep.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Table.
Next one.
Next, 6G 12012 Griffin Boulevard, replace impact windows and doors. Anthony's. Who?
We have the schedule right away, but we have the floor plan.
One two zero one two.
This house told Google to blur out the house.
Oh, yeah, the second to last page is the floor plan.
Oh, this is the house with the huge side lot.
9 is fixed.
They're all fixed except for 8. 8's case.
144 pages.
And then 2 and 3 are horizontal rollers.
So the front is 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so it's fixed window, horizontal roller, horizontal roller.
Garage door front.
Okay.
And we have color and all that good stuff. Yeah, frame white, glass clear. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion approved. All right. We'll talk about that later under our discussion later. 6H 12020 Northeast 10th Avenue, install used pavers. All used pavers, okay?
We need to know they're used, but
They're used, but he's using it for another.
yeah, I don't know that we need to know that.
I know, I was like. You know.
12020 Northeast 10th, okay?
Oh, wow, they're doing a lot of pavers though. Like that little floor plan, it's whole backyard, the whole side, part of the front.
Did she submit a lot coverage? 36,
That's a corner lot too, by the way.
100, well, it's,
yeah, is she really gonna be at 36% lot coverage with that?
is it only 124 feet? That's like. That driveway is more, that driveway is more than 124 square feet.
Yeah, I mean, just eyeballing the floor plan, it's closer to 50%. That. And probably more.
Yes. I'd say that it's closer to 2/3.
Well, the second sheet is for the full property,
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm saying
29%.
Cause I don't think 36% of paved surfaces, right? It's.
And then the final page, page 6 of 6 is a yet another calculation. This is,
There's 3 different pages that have the calculation.
63,
first one is,
71. Okay, well, just the fact they have 2 that are inconsistent, you know.
Well, that they went down. The impervious went down when they added 900 square footage.
Pavers.
When
Pavers
Plus-
is 1600 gauge.
Okay.
And 900.
but also the fact is that there's no dimensions on this. So besides the fact that the calculations are a little wonky. But there's no calculations, there's no dimensions on that driveway in the front. And does it even go out to the street? Or what is that? Is that a pavement?
Yeah, cause then she's got a big kind of paved swale approach thing going on.
And what is that material? Is that,
Okay, motion to table for
correct.
lot coverage calcs, dimensioned drawings, clarification on approach and swale parking material versus the paved driveway.
this has to go out to the street.
Second. All in favor?
Hold on. So Ed and David. Okay, all in favor say aye, aye. So it's tabled, but basically the calculations are incorrect. The drawing has no dimensions on it. Where the pavers need to go to the street. Or it be part of the approach.
crazy thing is she submitted those two impervious versus pervious pages on the same date.
They're both different.
Yeah, and they're different by a lot and
Okay, next is 6I 12022 Griffin Boulevard, re-roof Barcelona. Chestnut, burnt and flat hot mop. Okay, I believe this is simple. 12022. And aren't these your neighbors? Like one of these things around you?
12022 Griffin.
the one that we
Uh,
just did was the big house.
I guess it'd be across the street on the canal.
Yeah.
side.
It is canal side. Oh, this is the one that they were gonna do like a big two-story addition. But it never went forward.
The next block from.
No, this is the one, I think it's across the street to the right.
Yeah. It's
It's the one, it's next to the one that has the little neon sign above the front door, I think the address.
It's the one to the right of that really big double lot.
Tar roof Barcelona chestnut burnt. I mean, this is pretty straightforward material. We're putting a whole new roof on here. And it's tile,
Motion to approve.
Ed and David, all in favor, say aye, aye. David, Ed.
Oh, this is the one. They came with a metal roof before. It's a little rounded. cupola.
Oh, that's right, the one that we kept kicking back because
Yeah,
of
so I
the
guess
dimensions.
They gave up and now they're just doing towers.
Got it. Okay. Now they're doing windows, 6J, 12022 Griffin Boulevard. Removal installation of hurricane-proof French doors, 14 horizontal rollers, 6 windows. Buenvenido Figueroa. Figaro. Is that the contractor or the name, the owner?
They have a schedule as the last two.
First one, we just approved the roof.
You know which one's the front?
It's that curved thing, so like.
Okay.
On the page, so
So,
2021, 22.
yeah, so 1, 7, 20, 21, and 22.
Yes. And 20. So you said 1, 7, 21, 20, and 22.
Yeah. So 1 is a horizontal roller, 7's horizontal roller, 20's horizontal roller, 21's horizontal roller, 26. So
Thing in the corner. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, they
these
pretty much
are
all look
little
like they're,
small vertical
They have,
things.
they have that rounded.
Yeah.
according to the schedule, they're bronze and they all kind of look like they're fixed or horizontal rollers.
Yeah. Motion to approve. I guess.
All in favor, say aye, aye.
Hope they can get it done before any possible hurricane.
Are we on a path to hurricane?
Well, yeah, Texas is about to get whacked by one that formed yesterday afternoon. I mean, the Florida Keys, the water's 101 degrees. You realize if you drove a boat in a circle fast enough, you could just make a hurricane.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the time of year where I go outside and it gets real windy and all of a sudden I check cyclocane like, oh shit, there's a
1130.
hurricane sneak up on me.
11370, 11370. Where's this one?
Oh,
1370.
is there anything in Dropbox that is?
Oh, it's New Pool, Marco De Marino. We approved it, so. All right, so we have old business or discussion 941 Northeast 119th Street, Heim Kibitz.
Is there anything in Dropbox for that, Raphael? I don't see.
Discussion. 7D 941 Northeast 119th Street. Is he gonna come in and just talk to us?
No, they were not drawn. He was gonna come in and.
Okay, so not here. And then there's nothing on the metal roof memo, right?
Oh, that's me. I'm just gonna discuss it with you. Whalen Group, we told him to redo new discovery, so we're just gonna Heim. He's gotta make an application. Wayland. Yeah, but he had, there's not even an application. Oh, yeah, the carport, he's gonna upload the product, of the engineer drawings that he had. He's gonna need to do that before building department is gonna look at it anyway. But that's what had the dimensions on it. Okay, so memo on metal roofs, okay. All right, David, so I had a meeting with the attorneys. Actually, so just. But we have the state legislature basically passed a law back this last session. That pretty much said unless this board was created before January 1st. 2020, we could not enforce certain laws on the ordinance that was passed last year, okay? Now, we could argue that our board has been around since 1990 at least, because that's when the land development code was made. So, but it would be argumentative, you would have to defend it, basically. So we're just gonna go by the fact that we're gonna pretend like what they're saying is correct. So,
May I say something to the
Yeah.
defending? We have the same state of Florida, country club, rules that I forget what the Latin name is, as what California and every other state has, which is like off of the whole like Greek ship thing of you take a boat out into the ocean with all the wood to build a new boat, and you replace one piece of wood at the same time, when it comes back, is it a brand new boat or is it the exact same old boat, even though it's all new wood? And that's how like fractional ownership and country clubs work and why they don't have to do anything because they're historic and never changed anything.
all right.
So the way that I would understand that is, doesn't matter if all of the members are different than what it was in 1990, as long as it never was disbanded and then reformed.
Yeah, but the issue is,
I don't know what the Latin phrase.
the issue is. It's not the name, it's not so much the name, yes, we changed the name, but the argument could be made, and I made it really strongly, is that our board was formed, no matter what the name was, the responsibilities of our boards did not change with the changing of the name. So, but Ed Dion's argument is that because it's not clearly stated in the code what our responsibilities are, it's flimsy. Okay, anyway,
So for playing devil's advocate, we're
we're gonna pretend like that. So the code says, the state legislature says that we cannot regulate the external building color. Okay, so we talked about it. We're gonna leave, the only place that it talks about in our code is where it says architectural design, harmonious color. So we're gonna leave that in there because we still think that we can't tell you what the color to build paint your house,
tell you make it
but
harmonious.
we still can say it needs to be harmonious.
They'll
Okay,
tell you what shade of white it needs to be. This needs to be harmonious.
yeah,
What about those proven to be approved colors?
that still
That's
works.
stayed.
That still stays the same. We're still, the issue would come down if somebody wants to paint their house bright pink. They want to challenge us in court. It could be, but I think that we've had a good rapport with residents saying, hey, it needs to be harmonious. So we're not making any changes because that's the only place that matters and everything. The type or style of exterior cladding material. We don't regulate that as it is. We don't even, the definition of cladding is metal over something roughly. If you look at the Webster's dictionary. So that doesn't apply to us. The style or material of the roof structures or porches. So we are looking at that and we're regulating that very technically roof structure. That's the roof structure. We're not regulating the roof structures. Now, we do the style or material of roof structures. We don't dictate. The only thing that it comes in there that it's questionable is the 1 foot clause in the flat roof part. That we might run into something, if somebody says, I want a flat roof house, 1 level. That's the style or of materials roof structures. That might be, we have to watch that.
The
Do
one,
we do anything with roof structures or do we only do stuff with roof covering?
Well, the style of roof structures, we dictate that. We just talked about it here, So, but people can build, we don't say you can't have any type of roof in the park. It's just the only thing is that the flat roof one, we just have that one little caveat. So, you know what I'm saying?
That you need,
Needs to have 1 foot level difference.
What does
say
Miami-Dade
one-
County say to that?
Well, this is the state legislature. It overpasses everybody.
No, but I'm saying like I imagine Miami-Dade would have to change this. I believe when I looking at that for a warehouse thing that I was in and they were like, oh, like even having perfectly flat there, they have code stuff. In there.
So
oh, wait, our code says 1 foot. It doesn't just say you can't have a singular roof plane.
yeah, and actually, I bet you this is actually written for residential, not commercial. Okay. The location or architectural styling of windows or doors. Okay, so the recommendation of the attorney is all that new language that just got put in is gonna get pulled back out. We're gonna go back to the old way.
Wait, what's getting deleted again?
So the code says the legislature, the location or architectural styling of windows or doors.
Okay, but I get it. You can put the language out, but are you also gonna stop regulating what's single hung and horizontal roller? Because
Well, that's the thing. We're gonna go back.
deny someone's permit on that basis and have them challenge you.
The object is to go back to the way it was, where we made suggestions. That, hey, all the windows on the front of your house need to be the same color and style
Because of harmonious.
because of harmonious. But we can't have in our code something that specifically says,
Wouldn't we not say that? Wouldn't we say, hey, the front of your house needs to be harmonious? One way that you could easily be harmonious is if all of the windows on the front are the same color and style.
yeah, and that's kind of how we've always done it. But the fact that now we legislated it,
Okay, that language.
it has to come out. The location orientation of the garage.
Sure.
Okay. That we don't care, but there is something that if we allowed the location or rotation of a garage, if it's an accessory structure. Okay, so so the location or rotation of the garage, period. On the next term, it says the term does not include the height, bulk, orientation, or location of a dwelling. So the way we're reading this is that if the garage is in the dwelling, we can regulate it. If it's in an accessory structure, because it says dwelling, an accessory structure is not a dwelling. We specifically say it can't be a dwelling. So he's gonna make the recommendation that we removed garage from accessory structure. So an accessory structure becomes, I mean, how often have we had somebody come in and actually ask for a detached accessory structure garage?
Yeah, I only know one that is on northeast, on the railroad track side of the road.
Are we not allowing it anymore? Is that what you're saying? So people can't have an accessory structure that's a garage?
Actually, that really old greenhouse that's,
Well, no, I mean, you could have it if it's there.
Yeah.
This is only reference to stuff that's new.
You know what I'm saying? So.
It would be a really nice cabana with a garage door on it.
But we're doing that just,
But what the thing is if it's a garage,
not allowed to
this would actually, if the way this is written, it would override our setbacks. You
for
know,
the accessory structure.
for the accessory structure. It would actually, somebody could build a garage up to the property line. If you really read the way this says, it says the location orientation of the garage. So if we take out the allowability of a garage in an accessory structure, then that
yeah,
It's-
because if I
makes it
wanted to be
mute.
really sneaky, I would just put one of those glass garage doors and something that I wanted to be a cabana right on the property.
How is it that? Why is our state? What is
this,
the problems that the state has? They're getting into this nonsense.
this,
They need to recoup money from what they're about to lose at Disney.
no, this law was proposed by some or state legislature from like Orange County or something. we all think that this has to go back to someone development or something, or somebody was told no somewhere in the state, and they said, okay, I'm gonna give a bunch of money to one legislature guy, and let's see if they can write a lot of, you know, like what almost happened this past thing with the historic structures on Miami Beach, no. The number and type of rooms, we never talk about that anyway, and the interior layout of rooms, we don't talk about that now, so that does not apply to us. So the only changes that we're now having is really the 1 foot thing we have to watch out for, the color harmonious, and the window design. So
But the window design, they're gonna take that verbiage out, fine. The roof plan, are they gonna change the verbiage in the code, or they're
decided
gonna?
we're not touching it.
Gonna roll with it and see what happens.
Oh,
Because we're technically not saying that you can't have a flat roof. We're just saying you have to have a flat roof with the one little puts.
So does the window thing also screw the being able to look over your neighbor's yard? On the clear stories?
No, because it's,
Talks about like the design and
But
whatever.
if I,
but
because
not the
if I'm
location.
like, no, I want to put a giant wall of windows on my second floor.
What's the language say exactly?
it says the location or architectural styling of windows and doors.
Yeah, so I,
But-
on my second floor, I could put a giant wall of windows.
But it does say the term does not include height, bulk, or the use of buffering or screening to minimize potential adverse physical or visual impacts or to protect the privacy of neighbors.
It actually has that.
It actually says this. So we can,
Oh, so.
somebody could say, hey, I want to have these windows on the second story.
It's like, oh, it's not us, it's the states.
But now it says we can't regulate the location, but we can also say they can't
We can take into account things like privacy.
privacy and visual impacts. So technically what's in the code for that, the new part is actually,
Yeah,
is fine.
I mean, frankly, that sounds stronger than what.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we were incapable of using the word privacy, but the state had no problem saying.
So just,
That the state used the word orientation so many times is very surprising to me, because I thought we weren't allowed to do that or pronouns or anything.
it's really wild. So the new code is in effect, you know, like just 28-foot height, the setbacks like we just talked about.
Do you think, frankly, this is just a suggestion for the next time we talk to the lawyers, but I feel like we need to upload that ASAP to Unicode, because like, guys like here, we're like, oh, I can't get a copy of that anywhere obvious and easy, and so now I just paid
Yeah.
this
Well,
architect now.
No.
Oh, he can actually go,
Last time, same thing, asking how quickly, because if I'm an architect and someone hires me, I'm going to Unicode, and I get my ass burned when I do this whole design, spend hours and hours of time, and then I come the first hearing and you guys are like, doink, you don't know our code. So, yeah, I do think it needs to be on Unicode ASAP.
well, I don't know how long that takes,
Yeah.
but it has been, I did ask that specific question. It is the updated ordinance has been approved. There's a copy of it. The village clerk has it. So
There's some.
But again, it's just.
it's not even a month
Even
old.
My practice, I would just go to Unicode. I wouldn't go, hey, is there anything that's been passed recently that's not in Unicode, just in case, like.
Yeah. So I don't know how long it's.
If we put something in red and all caps on the Biscayne Park, like main website.
Yeah.
saying
something,
FYI,
Yeah.
their Muni code pending changes, please contact building department.
Yeah.
All right, and so the final thing is that, so what we talked about last time, the roof overhangs. So I did speak to the attorney about it, and what he is suggesting, and is it on here? Okay. Where did- do I have it in here? So there's the issue with the overhangs and the gap that was found in the code. And the commission asked us to write a memo to correct it. And I spoke to the attorney, and basically, we're just gonna take thought I marked it on one of these pages. Okay, so the code says roofs and pitch less than 2.5 inches per foot will be prohibited from installing wind metal roofs. And then there's a gap between 2.5 and 3 about overhangs. And then at 3, the overhangs kick in. So that's the gap that they found out that there's an issue. So we're basically gonna we're just gonna change roofs with pitch above 2.5 inches per foot up to 4 inches shall have the 18-inch overhang. So we're just closing the gap. We're just gonna lower the threshold of that language from 3 to 2.5. So that's the memo that we're gonna send up to the commission,
2.5, or does it need, should it be 2?
or it's it's above 2. Above, because it says with a pitch less than 2.5 inches per foot will be prohibited. Roofs above 2.5 inches shall be permitted. I
Feel like we should say up to 2.5 and then 2.51.
hold on, I gotta find my language, because me and 2 attorneys sat there and talked about it, and we came up with the exact language for it. But basically, it's like at and above 2.5 shall be
Yeah, I think it's
have the overhang.
less than 2.5, it would not include 2.5.
So I think it's like at,
Oh, boy.
Okay. As long as 2.5 is only included one.
Gage, if you and 2 lawyers came up with it, I support it.
thanks. I just don't know what the hell I did.
Motion to approve.
Oh, okay, done. I'll write the memo, send it. Oh, here it is right here.
We already approved it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to hear it, because what if I disagree what you wrote, Gabe? I already approved it.
Gage,
I
you
don't
know
want-
what?
Right here.
Gage,
Looking, pitch, it says,
A lot easier to print stuff out, you just have a paper copy.
Well, if I looked actually at my handwriting, it says pitch of 2.5 and up. Pitch 2.5 up to 4. Pitch of 2.5 to 4. That'll be the thing. So that's what the memo is gonna say.
All right.
All right,
Is it written out as a fraction or as a word? Or decimal?
2 and, well, how do they have it in here?
I hope it's not a fraction because America doesn't do fractions.
It says 2 and 1 dash half, parentheses, 2 and 1/2.
Very
parentheses.
risky for us Americans.
Okay, motion,
Had to get rid of the half pounder because nobody wanted it. They wanted the quarter pounder because 4 was bigger. So they had to make the double quarter pounder in order to get people to buy it.
all right, our next meetings are September 11th and September 25th.
Oh, Gage, Edward had another motion. His last motion was that he missed me and I was willing to second that, so.
Oh, that's sweet. We all missed
All in
you.
favor, say aye. Is that gonna be a min?
Motion to adjourn, please.
It just wasn't in the Dropbox. Oh,
Thank you, everyone. Turn off your mic.